Hi everyone, it's Mary. So, for today's video, we're going to discuss Novation offer, also known as the Concierge offer or the Concierge program, right? We're going to discuss what makes a deal worthy of being Novation and how we can run numbers on a Novation offer, right? So, first, let's talk about what is a concierge and what is a Novation offer and how does it work. An ovation offer means I'm able to give the owner a little bit more cash than the cash offer because I am going to list that property on the market with a realtor and try to get or attract a retail buyer for it, right? Now, there's a few or what I want to call key points for this, for the deal to be considered an ovation or, worth of a concierge program. So, with listing a property on the market, it can take up to 90 days for it to sell, right? Now, as a wholesaler, I'm trying to make quick money here. I don't want to wait 90 days. So there's a few rules that we want to follow to be able to get deals that are going to sell fast on the market, right? So, rule number one is to identify if the owner is going to be open to such an idea before going ahead and pitching it to them. And to do so, we just want to ask the owner using the go for the no sale strategy. We just want to ask them, did you consider listing yourself or with a realtor? I want him to say no, right? Once the owner says no, they haven't considered, for me, this is a great opportunity to pitch a innovation offer to them. Now, the second thing is when it comes to running numbers, before I go ahead and pitch innovation deal to my owner, I want to first check the market of the property, right? If I see that the market is hot, and by the market being hot, what I mean is the market is active, there's a lot of properties being sold, properties on market, properties pending, properties selling as is on market, whether pending, contingent, or active or sold, properties, ARV whether sold on market, active, pending, or contingent. But the market is hot. And by the market, I mean based on, the neighborhood and our comping strategy that we used or that we learned, right? So it has to be same specs, has to be within the same year build, within the same square feet, and within the same neighborhood, basically. Now, if I see that this market is hot, it has activity on it, for me, this is an ideal. And the owner also doesn't really care about listing it himself or with an or with a or with a realtor, then this is ideal for me to to kind of give a innovation offer or a concierge offer on, right? How we pitch concierge, I'm gonna, talk about that in a different video. But for now, we kind of gave a brief idea on what is a concierge program or a concierge offer or innovation offer, right? And what are the rules to follow to identify innovation offer. Now let's talk about running numbers. Like I mentioned, innovation offer basically means I'm able to give the owner a little bit more cash because I'm going to list that property on the market and attract a retail buyer for it. Now, how are we going to run numbers on such a deal? Now, getting the ARV is important, but that's not the basis of my running numbers. The basis of my running number here is going to be the as is value. Now, how do I identify an as is value, Mary? Well, it's very simple. Like I mentioned, the market has to be really active. So I'm going to try to find properties on the market active, pending, or contingent that are the same as my property, selling as is, selling with the same condition. It's not repaired, it's selling as is, right? Now, once I find a couple of deals on market selling as is, the second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check to see how long did it take for this property to go from active to pending or from active to contingent. If it took 20, 30 days, that's great. That's for me even more better because that means I'm able to sell my property a lot faster. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull three properties pending on the market selling as is, and I'm going to get the average of that. This is how I get my as is value for my property, right? So once I get the as is value for my property, what is next? The next is to minus the retail cost, or sorry, the realtor fees and the closing cost. Now with the novation offer, I'm responsible on paying the closing costs, not the buyer, and I'm gonna be paying the commission fees, not the owner. So what I want to do is I want to get as is minus 8%. This 8% is for the realtor fees plus the closing costs. So 6% for a realtor because they take 3% on listing and 3% for buying, plus 2% in addition for closing cost. And then I'm going to also minus my assignment fee. The assignment fee is my profit as a wholesaler, which is around 10 to 20,000, right? So as is minus 8% minus the assignment fee. This is how you get your as is offer, right? So this is kind of briefly how we calculate. Let's sorry, this is briefly how we identify a novation offer. Now let's try and calculate a novation offer. Assuming here that my as is value right now is 150, 150 minus 8%, again, realtor cost and fees, right? Minus the assignment fee that I want to get on the property, which is around 20,000, then in this case, my maximum allowable offer is 118, right? Now we said 150, that's my as is. Let's say my ARV is 200, right? 200 multiplied by my 70% rule minus the estimate repair cost on this property, which is, let's say, around 30K since the 70, this is a medium, minus my assignment fee, which is 20K. Then my cash offer is 90, and my novation offer is going to be 118, maybe 120. Right, sorry. So now you know the difference between a cash offer and a novation offer. And then in our next video, we're going to discuss how to pitch cash and how to pitch novation. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to add me on Discord and don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a good day.